Hello everyone, Monarch here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Vaderant's post where he compiled a list of all the developers' responses that he could find for us. He's also consistently updating the list for all of us when new information is released, and so I may come back to this from time to time when new information comes to light in a part 2 video. With all that being said, let's get right into the video, starting with what I found to be the most interesting first. First of all, there's supposed to be some interesting big news coming in the end of this week, so look forward to that. I would assume it would be an optimal time to release this information around or on the new year, so I'll make sure to cover that when it does get announced. This next question is something that wasn't even on my radar at all. I didn't even think about a stamina/energy system in play, as we've had so many free-to-play titles like Apex, Fortnite, Brawlhalla, and such that never limited playtime. I thought stamina/energy systems died back during the Facebook games era. I'm saying this now. If Multiversus has a stamina/energy system in play that limits how much I can play the game each day, then I'm going to be heavily disappointed in the game and might not even pick it up. Sometimes I just want to grind out a game for 10 hours straight on a weekend, as sometimes I'm either not interested at the time or just really busy doing other things. If there is a stamina system in play, I want the developers to know that I speak for everyone, and no one, not a single consumer on this earth, wants this game to have an energy system that limits the amount you're allowed to play each day. It's preposterous, and I'm surprised this mindset is still a thing in 2021. Enough of my rant now, just please don't implement this in the game. No one wants it. Are perks pay to win? The developer responded that it is not pay to win, but does that mean the perks are not behind a paywall? Or does that mean they are just useful tools for your character, but not enough of a boost that a better player without them can still win? I would like this expounded upon. Are the perks purchasable with in-game currency, or is there another way to obtain them? The answer basically only tells us what perks do and not exactly how to obtain them, or if they're behind a paywall. I'm going to assume they're saying no because they are not behind a paywall and that they're obtainable through other free means. Rejoice tap jump players, as this will be in the game at launch and is toggleable on or off for the players that enjoy it or those that would prefer not to have it. Can any character from Warner Bros. Make it in? It seems like the developers are quite confident that any Warner Bros. Character can make it in the game. And after seeing brand new unique characters like Raindog, and even the legendary Shaggy make it into the game, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Also, that shade they casually threw in against Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl was such a backhand. Though the potential of who can make it in this game, without any licensing issues, seems to pull up quite the large list of candidates. Though I would assume the more popular characters are more likely to get in. This question was talking about if they work on a single character at a time or multiple characters at a time, but the answer we received was more than I was expecting. They are already modifying the existing characters that you've seen from the trailer and the playtest, so even information from the trailers might be dated by now. They said that Shaggy is already different than the version that was used back in the playtest, and to expect other characters to change as well due to playtesting feedback. I guess they really wanted Shaggy to be the best, as they were already hiding 99% of his power. I'm glad they're listening to the audience, and I can't wait to see how smooth the gameplay can get. In the last playtest, only Canada and the US were allowed to participate, which is unfortunate for the rest of the world, but it seems that the next playtest might allow for more of you to get your hands on the game. The same goes for other consoles. This question talks about what types of stages will make it into the game, and the developers seem to be really interested in stage diversity while also keeping it competitively viable. I'm totally fine with some wacky and fun stages though. Every stage doesn't need to be competitively viable, but the most recent platform fighters seem to be just mimicking Smash Brothers, and I'm all down for a different type of competitive map pool. This person was interested in knowing whether or not the queue system will have a training mode to practice in while you wait for your match. By the looks of it, it seems like there is a training mode built in for players waiting in queue, and this is huge because it gets extremely boring looking at finding a match screen all the time when you could be practicing your combos. The developers say the queue times are going to be so short that this won't matter, but anyone who plays any competitive game knows that the higher up in the rankings you go, the longer your queue times are going to be. In League of Legends, once you hit Challenger, don't be surprised if your queue times are over 10 minutes, and having something to do in the meantime to warm up would be amazing. Okay, this one is gonna need more explaining to it. Everyone knows rollback netcode is superior to delay-based netcode, and yes, they do have dedicated servers to do just that, but the software portion of rollback is just as important as the hardware. I want to know exactly how the rollback implementation is going to be so that we won't have the same exact problem as Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Melty Blood, or Street Fighter V. If the rollback is too strict without an input delay or some type of natural lag to the game, then you'll see some constant rollbacking for both players and it's annoying for everyone. And almost just as bad, if not worse in some cases, to delay-based netcode. It would be nice if we could choose how much of an input buffer we want to play on, but if that's not possible, then at least choose a suitable input buffer that would work well with players around 70 to 150 ping so that we can play across the world smoothly. The second thing I want to mention is that the game needs to be rollback based on the server's connection to the game and not the player's connection. If the rollbacking is based on the player's connection, then any frame drop that happens for one player will cause the game to do something called a one-sided rollbacking, where the frame drop looks fine for that player, but the other player notices annoying rollbacking. I just hope they understand that just having rollback-based netcode is not enough, and they need to follow in the tracks of Fizzy for Melee and Arxis Guilty Gear Strive. It's always nice to know that the buttons can be remapped to your choosing, and that makes me quite happy. I club grip my controller, so my controls are usually quite different from other players. These seem to be the main answers that I found interesting in Vadarant's post, but if you want to see all the questions answered, you can look at all of them in the description below. I'm really excited about this game, but it's also very important to make our intentions clear before the game is released, because that is always the best time and most likely time things will actually change for the better. If any more important information is revealed, then I'll make sure to keep all of you posted. Let me know what all of you think about the game so far, and until next time. Peace!